All right. Now that you're in position, Miss March, let's get this lesson started.
I'm not good at acting all master-like. Since Grandpa asked me to teach you swordplay,
Oh, thank you so much, Masters. Oh, wait. Does this mean...
after all, we need to watch you practice for a few days before we can figure out how talented you are, right?
So, how'd I do...
You're definitely talented, Miss March.
Hey, here you are. Did you hear that? These... Just wait until I go back. Everyone...
Swordplay requires rigorous training. Before we start, Miss March, you need to find a clear reason to keep you motivated while you train. It doesn't have to be something huge, but it needs to be clear.
In other words, even though you didn't exactly choose to be our apprentice, you still need to take the initiative.
I once had the honor of learning swordplay from a master. She asked me why I started training at such a young age. Why I, Miss March, why do you wield your sword?
Why do I wield my sword? I wield my sword to take down my enemies.
I also questioned that sword master about why she uses her sword, and she said, to vanquish my enemies, nothing more. Miss March, you gave a similar response, which...
The best way to take down your enemy is with a blaster gun. I heard a hero say something like that in an immersion. He also...
Seems like you've seen your fair share of immersion, Miss March. But if you want my opinion, if your goal is self-improvement, you'll feel just as accomplished even if you put down the sword and go back...
Oh, come on. Don't listen to his empty talk.
Oh, now I'm curious to hear what Matt...
Let me ask you something, March. Do you have any specific goals for learning swordplay? Like achieving a certain ranking in the war dance, or maybe you want to defeat...
Who do I want to defeat? Him? Dan Heng?
If you can't think of anyone specific, why not set a simpler goal? Like, how many opponents do you want to defeat at once with a sword?
I'll fight 10! Oops, that just slipped out. It's actually another line from an immersion. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think I figured out what's motivated March to learn swordplay.
Could it possibly be immersion about swordmasters?
Hey, now that you mention it, that actually makes sense. I'm super interested in Xianzhou immersion and novels. Even though I use a bow, almost all the great...
See?
You agree, right? I mean, who wouldn't want to be a...
Becoming a swordmaster who fights for justice and battles evil? Well...
now that you've both given your approval, I have another small request. I want to perform a tea ceremony to honor you as my master.
Tea ceremony? Tap the table? Do we have to...
Please? That's how those heroes in the immersion...
Play along?
Let's just stop wasting time. Just...
yeah! All right, let's go.
Hey, this is not how it's supposed to be, right? The Xianzhou is known for its tea culture and hospitality.
Dear guest.
Stop! Don't call me a guest. You're not even treating me as one. I want my tea just right. Not too hot, not too cold. But the tea you served was either freezing or scalding. Your tea tastes like slop, and you even have the nerve to charge me for it. Are you trying to scam on? And that name, the Sleepless Earl. It's so hard to remember. How about we give you a new plaque that says Xianzhou Slop?
Stop! You've gone too far.
Oh, who's that?
It's me, March 7th. Cause more trouble and I'll show... That's right! I'm...
Never heard of you. Now scurry.
Mr. Scott, I'm Yenching, a Cloud Knight lieutenant. We've met before, and I suggest you stop causing trouble.
Trouble? Ha! I'm just giving some feedback as a regular customer. The tea here is terrible, and now the Cloud Knights want to stop.
A regular customer?
Yeah, what else would I be? The Xianzhou's prisoner?
Anyway, if you're trying to bully this young lady...
Huh? Oh, that really scares me. Come on.
Scrap metal? This is my sword!
Sword play? Oh, I get it now. It's just another kind of play, right? That explains why you're dressed like you're in a show. You're not even from the Xianzhou, so why bother learning their...
Ha! As if anyone wants your job.
Looks like you guys are Well, guess it's time to show you.
Just a reminder, IPC members, street fighting on the Xianzhou Lafu is prohibited.
Make any funny moves, and I'll smash that scrap metal.
Hey, relax. I know the rules. These are my subordinates. They got stuck here because of the transport ship incident, and they need defense. Well, I can overlook the terrible tea, but now that you're questioning my security, I can't let it slide. After all, I have a courier business to run. With so many, instead of wasting your life learning useless swordplay, why not invest in our civilian mechs? Hmm?
Stop! Don't you dare insult Xianzhou swordplay like that!
Huh? A fight, you say? Now say whatever you want, but once you've seen what our mechs can do, you'll be practically begging us for them! Oh, come on! How could... So, I can see you're no master yet, March, but I'll play fair. You go back and learn swordplay from your teachers here, and in 15 days, I'll come
Only 15 days?
And if you lose, you'll have to bark like a dog in public and shout, Xianzhou swordplay is a total joke! Oh, and if that's the case, just forget about your master and become
And if
I'll become your...
Nah, I don't think so. I don't like...
Okay, how about this? If I lose, I'll squeal like a pig in public and say, IPC mechs are a total joke! And I'll even print it.
Squealing isn't enough. You also need to apologize to the owner of the Sleepless Earl. And
Fine, I get it. But you've got to actually... You all heard it, right? We'll meet again in 15...
Are you okay?
Yes. Thank you all for your timely help. The shop facing a bit of flack from visitors is a minor issue, but Miss March's decisions to challenge...
Don't worry. I can't stand by and watch someone be bullied.
Not only do you speak like a hero from an immersia, but you also have a kind heart.
I'm not quite a hero.
I know you're here for the tea ceremony. Please come inside.
Thanks for the invitation, but right now, I just want to focus on practicing...
Sure, the tea can wait for now. However, I have a question, Miss March.
Come on. How could I possibly...
You're right. I don't see any issue with it. Let March give it a shot. As long as she trains diligently, I believe...
As long as she trains diligently.
I'm now filled with determination, Masters. I'll learn swordplay well and teach that guy a lesson. You're my most trusted friend. You'll be my assistant teacher and make sure I learn sword... If I can't learn swordplay well, I'll have no one to blame but myself. Masters, Mr. Teaching Assistant, let's go back and start the training now. IPC guy will show up in 15 days. I've gotta become a...
Becoming a sword master in...
But we can't lose our momentum, Master Yun.
Momentum alone will only keep you going for about 3 days.
No worries. I found my professional teaching assistant. Rest assured, Masters. If not in me, at least place your...
Miss March is really passionate about learning swordplay. And now, she has a clear... There are many ways to defeat villains. But if you want to become a true hero, you have to focus on self-improvement.
Got it. It's off.
Since you've got that in mind, it's time for me to set some targets.
Please, go ahead, Master Yun.
We'll have 3 exams during these 15 days. If you pass our tests, those pieces of IPC scrap won't stand a chance.
That would mean Yun Li is a terrible teacher. And if that's the case...
Hey! You are the terrible teacher.
I understand. In the Immersia, the disciple and the master share both honor and disgrace. If the apprentice makes...
Well, there aren't that many customs on the Xianzhou.
But as long as you practice diligently and pass the tests, we'll feel... Now, let's go back to the first question I asked you. I'm sure you found a reason to wield your sword.
Absolutely! I wield my sword to become a hero. I want to fight for justice, punish the wicked, and make them...
Then keep that fire burning.
You haven't said much, Mr. Teaching Assistant. Twists? Like the ones in those sword... It'd be pretty awesome. That's enough chit-chat for now. Don't forget... should I go about this? Another step closer to star-crazing glass greatsword. Let's do this! That's enough training for today. I'll fight tech. What do you recommend?
I don't think so.
That's enough training for today.
Today, you'll face your first test.
Oh, I know. It's float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, right?
That's boxing? But
Grasping the basics is crucial to mastering swordplay, Miss March. Focus on wielding your sword properly, making your thrusts swift.
And parries should be fluid and nimble.
see? Even March is getting bored of your rambling.
But I'm actually not bored at all.
Miss March is still a novice, so I'm giving her some tips on the basics to help her better understand them. Neglecting the basics will only make you vulnerable in a fight.
Just focus on your teaching.
What? Didn't General Blayan offer you a...
Looks like your general hasn't told you to stop hopping around like a sparrow in a fight.
Miss March has been learning the basics of swordplay, and now...
Unsheath your swords and show me.
According to the schedule, there's a test today, right? I'm ready. But did I really just learn that? I guess I am pretty awesome after all. Yeah! Not very sportsmanlike. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, what's this? Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, what's this? I get it! Looks like I passed the test, right?
Yeah.
Great! Hey! Jeez, you sound just like those parents on the Cien show. I couldn't have done it without my so if I were to take on that
You already have a martial arts background and plenty of real combat experience. With swordplay guidance from me and Yoon Lee, if you were to challenge the IPC's...
You wouldn't stand.
Yoon Lee's...
no chance? Hey, are you trying to crush my confidence? are you saying my swordplay still isn't good enough?
I thought teaching March was just something of a hobby, but now...
Oh, really? So now you finally acknowledge her talent, Master Yunli? Don't worry, Miss March.
Don't try to cause a rift between us. Every move and technique I taught March.
15 days of training is short, Miss March. Whether you pass or fail this test, I hope you'll continue with the basics. Because after every test, the General would take me to the Artisanship Commission for sword maintenance. Let's go, Miss March. Today...
Thank you, Master Yenching.
So, have you found any information?
Yeah, that girl is one of the nameless on the Astral Express. Oh, she's no pushover. Don't you think this pet's a bit too...
Yeah, it is. So what? Have you seen those big shots in the strategic investment? She thinks she could fool me by flying under the radar?
Understood.
Now I'm curious to see what this 15-day crash course apprenticed.
Today! How should I go about this? today? I'll fight 10! What do you recommend?
Time for your second test. I'll be your examiner this time. And Grandpa always said that everything can be a sword. And that there are endless possibilities for learning swordplay in this vast world. If you want to defeat your opponent...
Speaking of secret moves,
Huh? Is that the flaming potent tea?
you got it! I saw this immersion where the hero drank the flaming potent tea and started stumbling and shaking all over the place. But then he managed to defeat his father's murder.
Good example. Do you know how to do?
No. I think.
That's not how it works in real life, Miss March.
Absolutely. I've learned a lot from my.
I've heard you've traveled a lot, Miss March. I'm excited to see how you incorporate your
Your opponent this time is similar to the IPC mechs. Unsheath your swords.
According to the schedule, there's a test today, right? I'm ready. Another new move under my belt. I gotta find time to try it out. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! What's this? Yeah! Awesome! Now watch this!
Those moves were pretty unconventional, but the way you've blended them into your swordplay, so I thought you were just wasting your time traveling around with Yun Li's encouragement.
Well, well. Looks like
Thank you both for your guidance. So,
without a doubt.
awesome! Hey, Mr. T. No saving allowed. Let's keep it relevant. This time... I won't be modest this time. My...
General Jing Yuan once told me that everyone has the potential to be my master. Not just Cloud Knight. Actually, I was once convinced by Gui Knifin into swallowing a sword. That's definitely not something you learn from regular practice.
So, what do you think your odds are, March?
Maybe around 30? Well, I've gained a deeper understanding of swordplay. And by the way, in those immersion stories, the sword... Yeah, that's usually how it...
From the test, I can tell that you still need some time to master your swordplay.
Yeah!
The progress report on the nameless girl's sword training is complete.
Huh? Are you being sarcastic?
I mean, don't I have other important tasks to do? It feels like a bit of a waste.
Waste of time? No! This is about safeguarding the reputation of the... Are you saying that March 7th can actually take down an Arumaton from the Artisanship Commission with a sword? Come on, an Arumaton is no... Go and strengthen our mechs even further. I refuse to believe that little sliver of metal can actually challenge...
But the armor's already pretty thick.
No, it's not enough. Reinforce it more. If I lose face, it's like losing face for the IPC.
Understood.
Did I really just learn that? I guess I am pretty awesome after all. Let's do this! How should I go about this? Okay. I learned so much today. recommend. Huh? That's enough training for today. Another step closer to star crazing. Jeez, I'm exhausted. I think today should be a rest day.
Before we start the test, there's something I need to tell you, Miss March. He's made thorough preparations, contacting the Realm Keeping Commission, and getting approval for a martial arts exchange event. However, according to the rules, the person receiving...
Declining would be like admitting defeat.
But before that, you need to pass the final test.
Well, it's not really graduation. It's just
When General Jing Yuan was teaching me swordplay, he used to personally spar with me during...
After all, the master should be the one who is most
But Master Yan Qing,
How will we ever find out if you don't even try? Are you only...
Unsheath your swords and get ready, Miss...
the final test. I'm a little nervous. Oh, come on, March 7th. You got this. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards. What? Yeah!
Come get me! You're all in on it! I'm just warming up.
Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! What? Awesome!
I failed. Not bad. You've made it this far, Miss March. You've passed.
Oh! I get your point, but this isn't the time for deflections. Actually, I didn't defeat Master.
With your swordplay skills, you can effortlessly take...
Yeah,
But looking back, haven't you learned...
yeah. I've not only learned swordplay from masters.
Those experiences will nourish your sword skills. It's just like Master Yunli said. Everything can be.
That, actually... Now, I'd love to hear your suggestions on how to defeat... Yeah, I'll show Scott the power of the Xianzhou swordplay that he despises.
I remember Yan Qing once said, there are many ways to defeat villains. But do you feel any closer to becoming the great hero you've always...
Yes, absolutely. The great hero within...
Well, if it isn't...
I'm not hiding or backing down. You challenged me, and But I'm curious. Why pick Arum Alley of all places?
Why Alroom Alley? Well, your buddy knows the answer to that. I can't deny it. That fateful day left, that's why I chose this place. I want to show all those people who laughed at me that I can stand on. They'll be like, what? That Scott is back again? They'll see that I, Scott, who was once shamed in front of everyone, they'll see that it won't be me squealing like a pig today, but you! Right person? No, I want...
But then, wait, where does bullying the owner of the Sleepless...
Ah! Shut up! Look, I have my principles. I refuse to spend my life haunted by what happened in our room. I've been patient for so long, just waiting for the right moment. I don't care about proving my greatness. It's about showing...
Instead of resorting to such
I've been keeping an eye on... Enough with the talk! Let's get down...
Huh. Once you bite the dust... Not very sportsmanlike. Yeah! Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! What's this? others. Didn't you?
So, does that mean I have to? No way! This can't be happening! How could a dice?
Scrap metal, huh? The key to victory is never the weapon. It's the... Yeah, let's not forget our...
Enough! Fine, I want to apologize to the owner of the Sleepless Earl. It's my fault for not...
Yeah.
Make him squeal! Make him squeal!
Hold on a sec. I want to get...
It's happening all over again. All right! IPC mechs are a total joke. Oink! Oink, oink! Oink, oink!